Hi, I'm Josh Kampel, CEO of Worth Media Group, here at the Milken Global Conference with Ève Laurier from Bombardier. Great to see you.
Nice to see you. Thanks. You're pronouncing my name so well. You sound so French.
So French.
So French.
So Milken Conference is unique. It brings together finance leaders, business leaders, celebrities. Why is it important for a brand like Bombardier to be here as part of the conference?
You know, it's a perfect brand fit, actually. The purpose of the company, the line we use is we enable leaders who shape the world, right? They are here.
Yeah.
They're not all here, but the people
Many
that
of them
are
are
here,
here.
many of them are here. And they're here and they're like in a very relaxed vibe. We see clients, we see ultra high net worth individuals, we see influencers walking around casually, wanting to have like a non-transactional discussion about like innovation, technology, sustainability. So it's quality time at the right place with the right brand. The thought leadership of Milken is also amazing. Their content is amazing. And we like smart people. We like smart conversation. So it's a great place for us to be.
So obviously a lot of the people here probably fly private. What are the trends you're seeing in, travel, both, sort of business travel as well as sort of vacation travel, and especially in this audience? Are you seeing any trends that more people are traveling private? What are those things that you're seeing in the market?
Yeah, the demand for a product is really high for two reasons. Is since COVID, the people who could afford to fly private have switched to private and they haven't stopped. Even if COVID is over, once you've tasted being able to get into your aircraft 15 minutes before departure, work the whole time, even rest really well if you want, and get a destination and be ready to go, it's addictive. So there's more of those. And also there's more people that maybe are not ready to own their aircraft, but they can charter. And so the charter companies are seeing so much requests, their flying hours are going up. So there's more and more of those, and so of course they're great clients of ours. So that's in terms of like the trends in the usage. Otherwise, I'd say the word of the year for the past 2 years is wellness. So of course they want speed, of course they want range, of course they want reliability, but they also want to feel that their cabin is going to give them a sense of wellness. So we worked on the Soleil lighting system. We worked on the quality of the air is impossible to get in your own home. It changes so fast. You're always breathing fresh air. And the cabin altitude, I think right now at 46,000 feet in the air, roughly on a global, your cabin altitude is around 2,900, 3,000. So imagine the difference that has physically on your body after traveling 16 hours. So people are talking about wellness a lot.
And you mentioned something interesting, sustainability. It's not something that in many cases people think about when they think about private aviation. We did a research project with BCG on millennials. Millennials put sustainability in their decision-making criteria higher than previous generations. Talk a little about, as you're seeing these trends, millennials are taking over the workforce, they're becoming executives, they care about purpose, which includes sustainability. Talk about the trends with millennials.
Yeah, I don't have the fact of the people that download our sustainability report, but I can tell you it's one of the most downloaded page on our website. That and the financial reporting, they go together. So that's number one, and the millennials are interested in everything sustainability. So of course you're going to talk sustainability, sustainable aviation fuel, but they want to know about leather. Can I have vegan leather? The wood, the veneers, the production of the aircraft. Are your facilities as eco-friendly as they can be? And beyond sustainability, they want to know about how we treat our employees, how our culture, are we a good company? So we get asked a lot of questions. What kind of people are you? Beyond sustainability, it's also the values of the company that are
so much more important.
So important. That's what they want to talk about. They know the plane is a good plane. Of course, we've been selling planes. We do about 150 a year. That's table stakes. But the game changer is the rest. So it's sustainability, but it's also values and culture, people.
And one thing millennials care about too is innovation,
Yes.
right? Continuing to innovate, to build new products. You guys obviously known for the Global 7500, but I hear there's a new plane sort of on the near-term horizon. Talk a little about the Global 8000.
Yeah, that's where people's eyes are going like this everywhere at Milken. They want to talk about the global. So the thing that's coolest for me, and I'm not an engineer, is that it got certified at Mach 1. So it's the first aircraft to fly supersonic after the Concorde. That's cool. And to be able to prove that we could do Mach 1, we had to rent a NASA fighter jet to follow us and actually make sure that we were doing Mach 1. So that's cool. So we go really, really fast. And then the global, what's really amazing about it is, of course, it's going to go further. So 8,000 nautical miles. So we're already doing some speed records and all of that. And it's not just millennials loving speed records, it's everybody. And then when it comes to innovation, we have a platform called the EcoJet. So anybody listening that likes to know what's going to be happening in the future of aviation, we have an 18-foot plane. It's actually a drone. So the 18-foot is the wingspan. And we test any sustainable technology on aviation on that huge drone. It's flying around everywhere in Canada right now. And so it's not meant to become a plane. Maybe one day it will, because that's what research is for. But any company, even our own people that have an idea to test something that would help the footprint of flying private, we test it on this. And then we can see after, if we put it on our planes, if it works, we can scale it up and even it could go commercial. So it's a testing platform for sustainability. So that's a really cool trend. And we're filming it as much as we can and putting it on YouTube. And I love the word geeking out. People are geeking out over it, and it's great.
So what have you heard over the last couple days being here at Milken? Anything that excites you about the future? Are you optimistic? Any tidbits over these dinners and drinks that you've heard that just sort of really excites you?
Well, I'll say something controversial, but it won't be that controversial. As a Canadian, I'm getting a lot of hugs. I'm getting a lot of people saying, "Are you okay?" And I think it's okay to talk politics. I think, it's really tough what's going on between different countries right now, and the sentiment and the context has been very difficult. But the silver lining of that is we're connecting and we're talking about it. And we're embracing what we so care about from one country to another, and it's making us realize what we don't want to lose. So I've gotten a hug from Nobu last night. I went to his restaurant and he was, "You're Canadian, are you okay?" And he gave me a big hug. And I was like, let's talk about it. I'll tell you how I feel about what's happening in the world. And we had a more interesting conversation than just this and that. So it's a moment in time, but I think it's giving the opportunity to connect in a meaningful way and have interesting debates and conversations.
Healthy discourse,
absolutely.
Right? Yeah,
and then big high
fives.
fives.
Milken's really about, right?
It's amazing.
Sort of, So, well, Ève, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, and congrats. Bravo for everything you do.
Thank you. Check out worth.com/Milken for more of our content.